I am right now in Island Beach State Park in southern New Jersey. This is the only piece of New Jersey shore which looks exactly the same as Henry Hudson found it in the year 1609. So come join me on a journey as we explore Island Beach State Park and some neighboring areas. So, right before we hit the park, we come across this small town called the Seaside Park. This is a very quintessential small beachfront town, but this is also very unique compared to all the other kinds of towns you find in New Jersey, also in the nearby states. This town with its Cape Cod style houses, with its small restaurants and eateries and all the vacation rentals and renting an ATV to renting your bike and just bike around everywhere. This almost gives a very Florida kind of vibe, not something you see anywhere else. So it automatically puts you in a great mood as soon as you hit Seaside Park. Now, unlike almost all other beaches in Jersey Shore, this is a state park that is under the rule of New Jersey or under the jurisdiction of New Jersey government, and that's because of these dunes over there. These are very unique. You don't find them anywhere else in New Jersey, and all these grasses, these are called the beach grasses. This holds the dunes together and act as a first level of defense for any storms and waves. We find a lot of these dunes in the Outer Banks area in North Carolina, but not so far north. New Jersey is one of the only 4 states in the whole country which maintains a winter residence for the governor funded by taxpayers. This in Island Beach State Park is where the summer residence of the governor of New Jersey is. Also, this beach used to be free for the last few years. There was a surplus of the state government's funding, and they used that money to make all the state parks and state beaches free, including this one. But this year, not so much. So if you're a New Jersey resident, you will end up paying $10. Otherwise, you will end up paying $20 to come here. So we are at the very end of the park, and right here there is a buggy access or a 4-wheel access. And there is a footpath to visit the beach right over there. So now at the end of the state park, right next to the dune access, there is this footpath through which we can access the beach. There are few sections of the beaches like where we were before, but there is lifeguard and you can go for swimming till like 6 p.m. These areas, not so much. So these are non-swimming areas, but here you come a lot closer to the dunes. So you not only see those beach grass which are everywhere, but now there are other very dune specific flora and fauna over here. Now the park has a lot to offer in terms of like kayaking or fishing, obviously swimming, things like that. But it's these dunes which gives us very unique characteristics. This is the only beachfront state park in New Jersey, and these are the only dunes anywhere in New Jersey. So yeah, we are getting to a glimpse of the ocean which kind of emerges as you sort of walk through the dunes. Yeah, So that's the ocean as you sort of come from the dunes, and this is one of the sections where if you have a four-wheel drive, if you have a buggy with some permits, you can bring your car right on the beach, which makes it again very unique. Now I don't have all-wheel drive, so I could not come here, but it's a great place for you to come here. I think you can even camp overnight with the right permits. That is almost unheard of. But also here you can see those dunes a lot better and a lot cleaner. So here we can see those dunes sort of going up, and obviously everywhere we should keep off the dunes because they are all protected. And as you can imagine, this section is a lot less crowded because this is like very far from the entrance. Also, it's not a lifeguarded swimming area, so this is a lot more empty with a lot of cars right on the beach. This particular set of island is a barrier island, a small set of long narrow islands. On one side is the ocean, and just like maybe a few blocks on the other side there is the Barnegat Bay. So it's a long narrow barrier reef, and this area was actually discovered by Henry Hudson back in 1609, who had described this section and had called this, because of its very rough waters, choppy waters, it made a special mention where he said, oh, these waters look like it is from a huge long lake. They did not realize it is a bay. So this is all part of the Barnegat Peninsula, and this peninsula has the Barnegat Bay on one side and the Atlantic Ocean on the other side, and it is primarily a very tourist destination. There are a lot of beautiful beachside towns, and obviously the state park. Now this is very far south of New Jersey. We are very close to places like Atlantic Ocean. We are very close to places like Atlantic City and also like Cape Cod. So yeah, this is roughly on a busy day. Like today we drove from close to New York City. It was more than 2 hours drive. Traffic can be horrible, so it's a little bit far from the northern New Jersey, New York. But if you are able to make out here really early in the day, it's absolutely gorgeous. Lot less crowded than northern New Jersey, and lot less crowded than the normal Jersey Shore areas of Belmar and Wildwood and places like that. So these we found, these are like these tiny little snails, I guess, baby snails, and these are like all over the beach, and that's why this is a protected area, because here you see one puddle. If I just walk over there, there is one more. So these are right on the beach in the shallow waters, and there's like a bunch more over there. So we are on this fisherman's pier. This was originally built for fishermen to get easy access to the water, but today it has become almost like a mini Caribbean, a party area. There's a lot of boats. You can walk almost, as you can see, like there's this lady walking like quite a bit deep into the water. So the water is shallow. You can walk here. There's like this whole sort of mangrove like forest, so which gives some shelter, and half a mile down south of here is New Jersey's first marine conservation area, which is called the Sage Island Marine Conservation Zone. So yeah, if you have a boat, this is a super fun place to sort of hang out and spend a day. It says no alcoholic beverages beyond this point. That means beverages are allowed right up to the pier. That is very interesting because anywhere in New Jersey you cannot have alcoholic beverages up in the open. So if you are looking for a little Caribbean, a little water party area, this is it in Island Beach State Park. Yeah, and this sign talks about why there's a forest at the beach and all the kinds of trees which grows here. Right, so the forest which we see, this is one of the rarest plant types which exists in New Jersey, because most of the other this kind of plants which are like peach pine, black gum, pine oak, etc., they have been destroyed by deforestation and by human activities. This is the only place where you have preservation for all those plants. This is an area, there's a trail which gives you direct access to a little bit more a little bit more to the dunes, so that you can actually understand what these dunes have to offer. So here you can see all these plants, all these different types of plants sort of coming right from the sand. Yeah, so this is also an area of the beach which is accessible by car, and this whole thing is like a boardwalk. So yeah, if you want to understand a little bit more why Island Beach State Park is something more than just a recreational beach like many other places, this is a hike which you should absolutely try out. So this is the section of the beach till well you can drive. So right from here comes all like the swimming spots and all on those side, and right over here are all the cars. And those are the dunes with those beach grass on them. And that's the trail, that's the hike we came from. It's not a hike really, it's a little bit of a boardwalk we came from. Now, as far as New Jersey coastline goes, there's only one other beach area which I can compare to this place, and that is the Sandy Hook Beach, and that's that's under the NPS, National Park Services. That's a federal land, and that is far north. That's like where Jersey Shore starts, and this is almost towards the bottom. We won't have time today, but if you have a little bit of time, if you come here early and can wrap up early in a day, you can also go to, there's a very famous lighthouse called the Barnegat Lighthouse that will probably be 30-45 minutes drive from here. It's a very old lighthouse, one of the original New Jersey lighthouse. You can go there, and with a little bit more time you can go maybe an hour south to this place called Cape May, which is the southernmost tip of New Jersey and one of the most beautiful beaches I have ever seen. Or not ever seen, beautiful beaches in New Jersey. So the water here is so much calmer and warmer than the ocean. This is definitely, if you have the right gears, a much better place to hang out. Yeah, so that's it from our day at Island Beach State Park. From the beautiful warm bay to the rowdy ocean to all those baby animals which we found on the beach, the baby clams. do all this preservation, all the nature stuff. There's a lot more nature stuff which we could not go to. There's a nature interpretive center where you can bring the kids. So yeah, I mean, this place is very close to Atlantic City, and it's a super fun day if you're visiting New Jersey, or even if you live here. If you live here, you probably know about this, but if you're visiting New Jersey, this is sort of a hidden gem which you should try to visit, especially if you love water and if you love beaches. Until the next one.